Are you considering making a move to Denver, Colorado, but you're not quite sure? Well, here are 6 reasons that may make you think twice. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's been on the minds of many considering a move to Denver, Colorado. While it is undoubtedly a beautiful city with a lot to offer, there are some aspects you might want to consider before packing your bags. Stick around as we explore the reasons why you might want to think twice about moving to the Mile High City. And watch until the end. I'm throwing in kind of a fun, silly, surprising fact about Denver that you may want to scratch your head over. Number 1, obviously, is the cost of living. Denver has experienced a significant increase in its cost of living in the recent years. One of the most significant contributors to the high cost of living in Denver is the soaring housing market. The city has experienced a surge in home prices, making it challenging for many residents, particularly first-time home buyers, to enter the market. Rental costs have also increased, which are impacting those who prefer leasing over home ownership. Denver's cost of living has outpaced income growth for many residents. Affordability challenges extend beyond housing to include everyday expenses, such as groceries, utilities, and even transportation. It's essential to consider how well your income aligns with the overall cost of living to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. As the city undergoes urban development, some neighborhoods are experiencing gentrification. While this can bring positive changes, it may also lead to displacement of longtime residents and contribute to rising property values. That further impacts the cost of living for those in these affected areas. There are many areas in Denver that are having the older homes scraped, big, new, beautiful homes. Some are multi, some aren't rebuilt, and that really does cause that affordability issue. And the high cost of living on Denver can also have a direct impact on some residents' quality of life. Some may find themselves allocating a significant portion of their income to housing and basic necessities, which leave less room for discretionary spending, savings, or even recreational activities. Despite efforts to address affordable housing, Denver still faces a shortage of housing options that cater to lower-income individuals and families. Securing affordable housing can be a competitive and challenging process, leading some residents to seek housing outside the city, contributing to longer commutes. If you might want to know the underlying reason why we have such a shortage of affordable housing, watch this video now. It might shock you. So while Denver has a thriving job market, wage disparities can contribute to the challenges associated also with cost of living. Some may find that their income just doesn't align with the rising cost, making it difficult to keep up with the city's expenses. So before making the move to Denver, it is crucial to assess your overall financial health. Consider factors such as your income potential, job opportunities, and the cost of living specific to your individual needs and your lifestyle. Creating a detailed budget can really help you determine whether Denver's cost of living really aligns with your financial goals. Number 2, the traffic and commute times, really. Denver's growing population has led to increased traffic congestion, especially during rush hours. And I say that, but last week I was driving down south at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and it was completely packed. Commuting can also be a time-consuming and stressful experience. Unless you're like me and you have Audible. If you're not a fan of spending hours in traffic, you might want to rethink twice about moving here. While Denver does have public transportation system, it might not be nearly as extensive or as convenient as it is in other major cities. The reliance on cars to commute is really our most prevalent way of transportation in the city. For those who prefer public transit, limited routes and scheduling may be a drawback, making daily commutes less efficient and far longer than you want it to be. Denver has also faced many challenges in expanding the highway infrastructure to meet the demands of the growing population. Major highway projects have been delayed or faced opposition, leading to a lack of adequate roadways. We always say, what season is it? It is always construction season. There's always some sort of diversion. This also can result in longer commute times and frustration for residents who rely on highways for the main source of daily travel. But as Denver continues to grow, traffic congestion is projected to worsen without any significant improvements in highway development. There really isn't any place for them to build new highways. The city is grappling with finding sustainable solutions to address these challenges, but until then, residents may just continue to face these issues and still complain about the traffic every day. So if traffic is something that you're trying to get away from and you're looking to move here to Denver, and this should not be overlooked if it's one of the considerations. I mean, while the city does have its charms, the daily struggle with congestion and limited highway development may just impact your overall experience. take these into consideration and weigh the pros and cons, and give me a call if you have any questions about some of the highway moves. Okay, we've talked about this before, but we need to talk about it again. The weather extremes. Denver is known for its quite unpredictable weather. While the city enjoys plenty of sunshine, they say 300 days, but let me tell you, it can still be 12 degrees and sunny. But we also experience sudden snowstorms and complete temperature swings, and I'm talking like an 80-degree swing. If you're not a fan of adapting to rapidly changing weather conditions, this might be a concern for you. I have complained many times about our lack of summer this year. It literally rained the entire month of June, enough that our top floor in my house leaked into our bedroom. The top floor. My bedroom was flooded. We had to have our roof patched, but I do have a great roofer, by the way. Then we spent the entire month of July with severe weather almost every single day, and I'm talking tornadoes. We had a tornado storm warning almost every single day. Then we finally got a touch of summer in August, only then to turn into fall. Now I do have to say, we had a very mild November, but I hear we're in for it this winter. It is very common to know that it can be sunny and 90 and then snowing in the afternoon. It could be a beautiful, pleasant spring morning and tornadoes and hail in the afternoon. It is really not a joke how unpredictable our Colorado weather can be. Okay, so altitude and health. This is also something more to consider when you're visiting mostly. Once you move out here, you get more acclimated to Denver's elevation, which again is 5280, which is why we're the mile high. Mile is 5,280 feet. Some people may experience altitude sickness characterized by headaches, nausea, and fatigue. But if you have some certain health conditions, I believe there are health conditions out there that you cannot get accustomed to high altitudes. And if this is you, this is definitely something to consider. If you have health issues, it would be great for you to talk to your doctor about elevation before moving here. Also, if you're a fitness buff, adjusting to exercising at higher altitudes can also be challenging. The lower oxygen levels may impact your stamina and overall workout performance. It's essential to consider if physical activity is a crucial part of your lifestyle. But again, you kind of get used to it after a while. So this is an interesting one. Water scarcity concerns. While you wouldn't consider that in Denver because we're not Arizona or California, but we do get some major heat in Denver in the summer. Well, when we have summer, we do get over 100 degrees, and water scarcity challenges are really prevalent in Denver especially. We're situated in a semi-arid region, we're landlocked, and with a growing population, there's increased pressure on water resources. There are strict water conservation measures in place, and some residents have to adapt to regular watering schedules, and some are being asked to put xeriscape in. So if you're used to water in abundance, this could be an adjustment for you. Denver and the surrounding areas really rely on snowpack in the Rocky Mountains, so I guess after this year we'll be okay. But when we have light snow years, it really is very amazing how low our rivers are. The snowpack serves as a natural reservoir, gradually releasing the water downstream in the warmer months. Climate change and variability impacts that, especially with timing, volume of snow felt. If it's colder longer, the snow doesn't melt. It really affects our water availability. The strain on Denver's water infrastructure is evident as the demands continue to rise. Aging pipes and infrastructure also may lead to water losses through leaks. Most of those properties in Denver are 100 years old with older pipes, so reducing the overall efficiency of the water supply system. Some articles I read suggested that we may be without water by 2050. Now really, I would imagine that solutions would be discovered well before then, but it is something to be concerned about. So number 6. It is well known that there is a homeless crisis in Denver. We've experienced a notable increase in homelessness in recent years. Various factors contribute to this rise, including economic challenges, housing affordability issues, along with a lot of mental health struggles that are among the population. The homeless crisis is not limited to the city center as a whole, it's also now affecting surrounding areas. Digging deeper back into the affordability issue, that is one of the major key factors that is driving up our homelessness in Denver. As housing costs continue to rise, many residents are finding themselves unable to secure and afford financial housing. This issue is further compounded by the limited availability of affordable rental units and long waiting lists for supportive housing programs. Another topic that's really significant in discussing the portion of homeless population is who struggles with mental health issues. The city is facing gaps in mental health services, which leads to a lack of adequate support for those that are experiencing mental health crises. Addressing homelessness requires a comprehensive approach that includes mental health services and access to treatment. One of the other major issues is substance abuse. That is a huge contributing factor to homelessness in Denver as well. Some individuals experiencing homelessness struggle with addiction and the lack of accessible rehabilitation programs and support services. It really just helps perpetuate that cycle of homelessness. And while many believe that this started with the first, Denver being the first to legalize marijuana, I really truly believe it's deeper than that. Many of the homeless camps are littered with needles, and I personally know families affected by the heroin crisis. It is really something that Denver needs to explore further. Going deeper, the demand for homeless shelters often exceeds their capacity in Denver. Now, Denver is trying to do something about that. They're taking older hotels, transitioning some older areas into that, but this leads to many individuals still being left without shelter, especially during major weather extremes. There are just massive homeless camps just all throughout Denver and the surrounding cities. Denver's also really faced legal challenges relating to their approach to homelessness, including massive controversial camping bans where they're moving their camps somewhere else. These measures are aiming to address public concerns about their safety and sanitation, but they spark debates about the criminalization of homelessness and the need for more compassionate solutions. It really is a problem, and it is something to consider. So let's switch gears. I have one bonus round for you, and let's just have a little bit of fun for once. Those were really heavy topics. So if you're coming to Denver and you want to visit or move here, and you're really excited about visiting the new Casa Bonita, think again. I know it's been newly redesigned by the creators of South Park, and it's super exciting, but don't get too excited yet. You can't just stroll on up there and have dinner. They're doing random draws from their mailing list and essentially a lottery to earn a spot to dinner. Plus, I don't think that they're open very many days of the week. We have 6 email addresses vying for a chance to win the lucky lottery to have a chance to go have dinner at the newly redesigned Casa Bonita. I know people who were on the list for months, almost a year, before they were picked. So if you're coming for a visit and you just have to try it, well, wait a little bit longer until they actually open to regular public visitor hours. So if you're still here with me and you watched all of this, thank you. And if none of those really scare you away, then let's talk. If you're thinking about making a move to the Denver metro area or any of the surrounding cities, I am a local realtor and I would love the opportunity to chat with you and see if we're a good pair and to see if I can help service your real estate needs. If you liked this topic, please leave a comment, let me know. Like the video, hit subscribe. Until next time, I'm Venus with eXp Realty. I'll see you soon.